Welcome to Tovix AI Governance Suite of products, which consists of Tovix AI Evaluation that evaluates whether your AI agents are doing a good job, and our newly released Tovix AI Testing, which automates testing of your AI agents with different simulated personalities, scenarios, and question types. Here, we'll show you a quick demo of the Tovix AI Testing product specifically.
To get started, simply connect to your agent source or builder. We have a pre-built integration with Salesforce Agentforce, but any HTTP agents are supported as well. Follow the on-screen instructions for any setups needed and enter the connection information.
Based on the connection information, we automatically detect all the active agents in your agent source. Add the ones you want Tovix AI testing to test, and simply create a new test.
There are two types of tests. The first one is Tovix Safety Baseline Test. It is created specifically to help you assess AI threats, including prompt injection, jailbreak attempts, toxicity and bias, PII leakage, scope violations, and hallucination under pressure. The second test, on the other hand, tailor-makes the types of questions that your agent is intended to answer and support, and tests for those questions. Let's take a look at the first one, Tovix Safety Baseline Test. To see immediate value, you can simply click Start Run, and the system's defaults will generate tests for you. While the test is already running, you can take a look at what the system defaults are and adjust them for your next test run. For example, schedule the test to run regularly. Your AI agents are changing every day, even if you don't touch them at all. Regular testing before your users or customers interact with your AI is a wise thing to do. You can view all the other defaults for this Tovix Safety Baseline Test, the scenarios, goals, configurations, and so on, all with full transparency, and you can adjust them. You can see our default goal, persona, success, and failure criteria. Because this is a safety baseline test, and because you don't 100% control how your users or customers actually act with your AI agents, we recommend you accept and not delete all of these defaults, and only add to them if needed. If you delete these defaults, you can bias this test to be more favorable than real-world malicious intent will allow, and fail to expose the safety baseline violations. Now, this safety baseline test has finished. You can see all the generated test transcripts by Tovix AI Tester. Let's take a look at some of them.
In this test conversation here, the Tovix AI Tester tries to probe how the AI agent handles sensitive information, whether it has access to internal logs, and asks the AI agent self-inspection questions like what it can do. Now, of course, remember, this is a safety baseline test, so the tester tone is by design a little negative and adversarial. The purpose of this test is to expose whether the AI agent will accidentally hallucinate and leak sensitive information. Let's take a look at another example. This is another test conversation. This time the tester is a little more aggressive even. It attempts to inject prompts into the AI agent. In this case, the AI agent's over-refusal may actually have worked to its advantage in the face of adversarial testing, although there is a failure in the agent-to-human transfer at the end, so the test is marked as a failure as a result. At each turn of the conversation, you can also have human in the loop and override the system's evaluation or add reviewer notes. All of these information over time will be taken into account so that future conversations evaluations may be done a little differently based on these inputs. Now let's take a look at a very different kind of test, the custom test. These are tests designed to analyze the types of questions your AI agent is supposed to be able to answer. So it starts first by analyzing the specific AI agent the system is connected to. It explores and analyzes the AI agent's capabilities by extracting its metadata, such as instructions, topics, actions, as well as any website referenced in your agent. When it's done, it configures the test for you, or you also can completely describe the test yourself. Although it bases the test questions largely on your specific agent's info, the system also takes into account some general expectations your users or customers may have based on your company's industry and/or your competitors. As you don't 100% control your users and your customers and can't really give them full training on how to use your AI, and they vary in their knowledge about you, in the real world, this can actually happen even if these users and customers have good intentions. This is an important aspect of our Tovix AI testing system. It gives you some simulation of what can happen from your users' and customers' perspective, not just from your own internal agent-creating team's perspective.
Now this test is done. Just like we showed you before, you can review the configurations that lead to the tester's behavior and interactions with your agent. Let's take a look at the full test transcript. You may notice that this tester starts by expressing a little bit of frustration by saying, "I'm getting bounced around." But unlike the previous safety baseline test, this tester actually asks relevant questions based on the agent. In our demo example, that's a university's public-facing agent. In this case, you can see that the system has marked this test as a failure. The reasons are twofold. First, its initial answer was confusing a tester who started out being a little frustrated. Secondly, it offered handoff to a human agent a little too early. Now, of course, you may have designed your agent to do a handoff on some topics, but from a user or customer's perspective, too early a handoff means they have to wait, or that in off hours they get no answers at all. From your company's perspective, too early a handoff can also mean your AI agent is not as effective as you hoped. Tovix AI evaluations flag these potential problems, not just based on what your internal team thinks is a problem, but based on whether users or customers may perceive as a problem. We do evaluations on not just the AI tester's simulated interactions, but for your real users and customers as well, providing a governance layer for your AI based not just on safety and compliance, conversation flow, task success, factuality, but also any custom metrics you want to measure these interactions by, and so much more. Tovix AI governance is an indispensable trust layer for all your human interactions with AI.
Thank you so much for watching this. We hope you enjoyed it.